Hello and welcome to Pastor's Library. This is the channel where we discuss everything to do with theology books, those books that might be on your reading list for a bachelor's or master's degree, or those books that might just have mysteriously appeared on your minister's bookshelf. And we want to just talk through how those books may help us and what can be the most effective use of our spending power, which of course is always limited effectively. So today I want us to talk about the Apollos commentary series, which is an Old Testament commentary series. And if you like what we have to say, please give us a thumbs up on YouTube. Please click on subscribe and click on the bell. And that way you get to know when we release another edition of Pastor's Library. Now, this is one that I'm doing because someone specifically asked for it. And the Apollos Library is not one that I had a lot of volumes of, but I do have 4. And I want to just give you a little bit of a background as I go through this. Now, the first one that I had bought was the one on Exodus, which is by T. Desmond Alexander. This is a very hefty volume, 750 pages. It's got a lot of references. It's got a good bibliography. These are not things to be sniffed at. These are the markings of a good commentary. A good commentary will link you to lots of other books, and this certainly does that. This has a lot to say, when you read about Moses' encounter with the burning bush. This has a lot to say. It's very helpful. I found it eye-opening in some areas. I found it an excellent education. If you read about the giving of the law, Mount Sinai, there's a lot to be said on that side. In fact, this is really what you expect from a commentary on the book of Exodus. These books, incidentally, all have red inside hardback covers, as well as a sleeve over them, which has got an overall red appearance. And they look good on the shelf. They are fairly expensive, not quite up there with, say, the New International Commentary on the Old Testament. And, of course, these are not as academic as, say, the New International Commentary on the Old Testament. I would suggest to you that these are somewhere up there with the New Beacon Bible commentaries, which are cheaper and paperback. But these are definitely worth reading. I found them helpful. I bought McConville's commentary on Deuteronomy. And I was slightly let down, really, because the two things that I was wanting to look at that day when I opened this were totally omitted from the commentary. And I thought, well, that's really helpful, isn't it? That he's not covered either of these areas. But of course, it does remind us that Deuteronomy is a big book, and a commentary that covers every single verse is not every commentary, and this isn't one of those. This is a substantial commentary at about 500 pages. Again, it's got good referencing, good bibliography, and McConville I had read before, and I have a good opinion of him, but I sort of felt that this commentary wasn't enough for me. And by going over to other series of commentaries that I have, I found the answer to the issues I was looking for. And I suppose events like that stick in your mind. And I ought to probably speak more highly of this book than I have, because just because the first day I ever used it, it didn't help me at all, doesn't mean it isn't a helpful book. Rather, it is a good book. I would say personally, it's not as good as Exodus, but Deuteronomy is very good. Now, one that I think is really good is L. Daniel Hawke's commentary on Ruth. Now, Ruth is a small book, and it doesn't invite large commentaries. But this is a good commentary. Again, its bibliography is excellent. Hawke refers to issues in theology that have come up in recent years in the book of Ruth, and he's very good. He handles them very well. He keeps the tension between theologies intact, and he keeps the scriptures intact too. And I have to say, I actually liked this quite a lot. Again, New International Commentary on the Old Testament. It's got a bigger volume. It is a good volume. And I'm not saying that this is the best volume. What I'm saying is this is definitely a worthwhile investment, and I found it helpful. And Ruth, to be fair, is a book I have turned my attention to more often in recent years. And I felt my library was enriched with the purchase of this volume, and certainly it has something to say. There was one other that I found helpful so far, which is the one on Haggai, Zechariah and Malachi by Anthony Peterson. No relation to Eugene. This is follows the same pattern as the other ones. There is an author's translation followed by notes and comments on form and structure, an explanation of what is being said. And I found this to be quite helpful. I was particularly looking at the Zechariah section, and it is definitely a good commentary. And so what can I say? With a sample of 4, I would say to you, these are good books. They're very worthwhile. I mean, they are published by InterVarsity Press in the USA and Apollos in Nottingham in England. And they are a good depth. To my mind, this is a commentary that is good for any pastor, any preacher. This is verging on academic in some pages and some places. But this is not in the main going back into original languages. But I sort of felt that this was a very worthwhile series. And if other volumes cross my path, I will probably add to my collection of these. But these are volumes that will help almost anyone that's studying the Bible. But like I say, they're not a technical commentary. They're not fully an academic commentary, but they are a good commentary as an all-rounder. And I commend them to you. I hope that's helped you. If it has, please click on thumbs up, and also please click on the bell and subscribe. All that does is it lets you know when we publish another section in this Pastor's Library series. God bless you. Have a good day. Bye.